Hey guys, here's Louie, and this is part 3 on the GTO trunk floor repair. So, I remove the rest of the floor with the side brace on the car, all right, and did some cleanup where the plug wells was welded at. This car, so far, the issues that I'm facing here is that the trunk drop off is rotted from there to the front, from there to the back. It's not in bad shape. I am going to be cutting that off and making my own panel and burning that in. And lucky enough for the passenger side, the trunk drop off is not in bad shape. Now, for the inner wheelhouse on both sides, the passenger side and the driver's side, they pretty much gone at the bottom, and that's what you need to be strong, healthy metal there to be able to weld your floor. It has a bend, like a flange going down like this, and that's where you plug weld to the inner wheelhouse on the 67 GTO. Okay, then my plan is right here in the rear, I'm gonna be butt welding the rear of the floor going to the rear tail panel. Right here, there's a brace where the floor gets plug weld, and also the gas tank brace gets welded to. I have all that marked in place, all cleaned up already. The last thing to do is spray it with some weld through primer before I start welding that. I still need to clean the rear of the chassis here. Okay, I'm going to use a wire wheel, clean that up, use some rust converter, and then paint it. Okay, for everything to look nice and clean. That's how I like to do my work. So the GTO, it's up, off the floor on jack stands, right? And here's the inner wheelhouse. I mean, whoever had this car before and tried to repair it, maybe they didn't have the experience, or maybe they was just lazy. They overlapped a piece of metal here and just literally just used a couple of tacks. They didn't even weld it straight through, and use like a silicone corking kind of material just to like glue it on, and she's all rusted out again. So I'm going to be cutting this and repairing this with 18 gauge sheet metal. The passenger side looks pretty much the same like over here, but yeah, this is what I'm facing here with a GTO so far. The reason I remove, if you guys could see, you could see inside the car now, I removed the back seat because I have to go through that hole. I have to go inside the car, put half of my body out that hole to weld that side of the floor. Okay, I'll keep you guys posted on the 67 GTO. All right, guys, so how I explained in the beginning of the video, the inner wheel well of this car was rotten out, and whoever had the car before just threw sheet metal on top of that, or the original sheet metal that was rusted. They just threw it on and tack welded. So I cut all that stuff off and I fabricated my own inner wheel well, because without that you cannot weld the floor. You need that structure there to be there to plug weld the edge of the floor to it. Okay, and I also fabricated from 18 gauge sheet metal a trunk drop off. Okay, now don't forget that when you have to fabricate your own parts, it takes way more time. It takes time. You have to even think about how you're gonna approach the thing. I always do cardboard templates first, and then I transfer that idea to metal, and then I start the process of making the part. But when you're gonna do some fabrication, always remember it's gonna take you longer, more time. I love the way everything's coming out. I just grinded my welds. I have a nice flush panel there. I still have to grind the welds of the trunk drop off, which I still need to measure. As you guys can see, a little gap there, if it could fit more flush, and I'll be ready to weld it on the car permanent. I even did a drain plug hole there, if you guys can see that. So the same procedure, the same thing I did here to the driver's side rear, I have to do to the passenger side rear. I won't be filming that part unless you guys want me to, but I'm not gonna film it. I don't think I should be filming it because it's basically the same job that I did here, I have to do there. Okay, with the exception of this truck drop off is not in bad shape. I just have to fix right there, that little corner. I'm just gonna patch that up and that's it. All right, and then after I do that part, I will be rust treating the rear frame, okay, and priming it after that, and then painting it satin black, because I mean, you're not going to get another opportunity to get the top of the frame. This is the time to do it. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. It's like I said before, this is going to be step by step how to approach it, how to tackle the job on the 1967 GTO trunk floor. Bye bye now.